Just real quick, go to your GitHub account and search for shai-hulud, the second coming. If you see any weird looking repo show up in your account once you don't remember creating, bad news, you've been hacked. There are hundreds of these repos on GitHub now, but check this out. Let me go into one of them real quick and look at the commit history. Wait a minute, Linus Torvalds? Did the creator of Linux just woke up and choose violence on everyone? No, I just realized you can spoof this stuff. Turns out Git doesn't actually check your ID. If you have write access, you can just set your local config to whatever you want. And since Linus's email is publicly known, you can now commit as the father of open source. I went on a tangent there, that's not the important part. The elephant in the room is who's creating all these repos and what's in them. Well, turns out NPM's been hacked. Huge supply chain attack. If you open NPM, you'll see this little banner too now. Shai-hulud or shai-hulud, clever name. It's a malware worm that's named after the great sandworms of Dune franchise. Shai-hulud roughly translates to thing of eternity. That's kind of fitting because these guys just don't stop. This is actually the third major attack in the last 3 months. So how does it actually get you? Man, if you recently used any of these packages, you might be in trouble. And it's a long list. And we're talking about big ones like Casing API, ENS Domains, Postdoc, Zapier, tools that enterprise companies use. After infecting these packages, inside the package of JSON, they hid a pre-installed script. If you get these packages and run npm install on your system, the setup bun.js loader downloads and locates bun runtime on your system, then executes the worm. It doesn't even wait for the installation to finish. And right off the bat, it's genius. Why? See, most modern security software are heavily trained on Node.js attack patterns since it's been around for a long time. But Bun, it's relatively new runtime and tools are only catching up. It's fast and so it flew right under their noses. Once it's finished, it runs truffle-dog, scans your entire system, AWS keys, GitHub tokens, NPM tokens, it grabs it all. It looks for your NPM publishing token. If it finds it, impersonates you by logging into NPM registry, downloads every package you maintain, injects the worm, bumps the version number and republishes it. And anyone who's using your NPM package and trusts your code now has the worm. And this is how it spreads. Then it takes the GitHub tokens and publishes your credentials onto GitHub itself using GitHub Actions. This is pretty clever. See, usually your security software or your IT team monitors networks logs and sees if you are contacting any sketchy servers and they can block it. But this, nothing like that. They just use GitHub itself. I mean, every developer uses GitHub. So it was undetected. Now, why does it publish your credentials to GitHub? Let's say my system is hacked, but I catch the worm and revoke my tokens. The worm on my system is trying to spread, but my token is gone. The worm searches GitHub for shai-hulud second coming to find another infected repo, maybe yours. It decodes your keys, tests them, and if they work, it uses your stolen token to keep spreading from my system. Like it builds a distributed network where every victim acts like a backup generator for the rest of the worm. And it doesn't just push your credentials just like that, because GitHub has automatic secret scanners to warn you if you accidentally pushed your password or keys, and that would be triggered. Instead, it double base 64 encodes your credentials first, so that's not triggered. Now these repos created by malware has these specific files and you can decode it. So cloud.json holds all the cloud credentials, contents.json has all the system info, IP address, username, and environment.json has the entire env file. But that's not the scary part. It has a dead man switch. Now, if the malware detects you're trying to block it, or if it can connect to GitHub or NPM, it assumes it's been hunted. It executes a command to wipe your entire home directory and deletes everything to cover its track. It's pretty dark. So how do you protect yourself? What do you do? First off, if you see signs of malware on the system, don't panic. And you probably don't want to trigger the worm in any way because that might trigger the wipe. Now, companies like Postdoc have already started scrubbing these repos and the response is happening. Check those out. I'll link a few in the description below. And assume you're compromised. First, go and rotate your keys, all of them. Now, I'm no security expert, but please set up multi-factor authentication that can protect you a lot in situations like this. Then in your project, try pinning your dependencies to exact version so you don't accidentally auto-update to a hacked version. And honestly, one of the most clever hacks I've seen in a while. It just shows that NPM is basically a giant game of dominoes. If one of them falls, it's a ripple effect and everyone's affected. It's still ongoing. At its peak, it was affecting like 25k repos or something. And who knows what they got up their sleeves next. It's gonna be a tough Christmas. Anyways, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Damn NPM.